coming at you today with a special first-hand recount of the Vietnam War, coming from one of our own, Ari Van Dam. Now, we're about to ask you some questions, Ari, and I want you to answer honestly and truthfully for the news today. First off, what is the most frightening moment you've experienced in the jungle so far, sir?
Alright, so the most frightening moment was like we were going through and we heard these rustling in the bushes, right? We were in this big clearing area and we thought, oh shit, another ambush. And so everybody points their guns to the woods and they're all like flying, like frantic, everything like that. We all get in a defensive position and then a small little baby elephant comes out of the, like just right out of the brush, right up to us. And the weird thing about this elephant was it was blue. It was quite literally like this disgusting, like baby blue color. And we'd never seen anything like it in our lives. And we were like, man, that's a really cool elephant, but unfortunately it has to die because I don't want to see any more blue elephants in my lifetime. Does it to any of you? There was no objections. And so some guy goes right up, he points the gun right at the baby elephant's eyes, and then all of a sudden, boom, all the trees just come crashing down. There's this stampede of like 20 or so giant male elephants charging us, and it runs over like half the battalion, like half the guys died, you know, and we had to report that because like we had to take casualty amounts, and they had to say how they died, and we were like run over by elephants, like not killed by the Viet Cong, they were run over by elephants, but these elephants weren't blue, they were yellow actually, which made the blue elephant even crazier because we're like, how the fuck did, you know, those make that? But it was extremely frightening because I was one of the people who decided to like get like, you know, suck in your gut a little and become like thinner, and so I could fit between like the cracks between the elephants as they were charging, because it's like 20 in a row, right? But there's a little bit of space if you can squeeze between them. So people are running all around the place, they don't know what to do, but I was one of the few. There was probably like 4 of us that survived because all you had to do was just kind of like stand still. First of all, they rely on eyesight movement. They can't see you if you stand still. And then I suck in my gut. I stand like that, you know, like real skinny, and I go right between the elephant's legs. And I mean, like, it shaved off my whole mustache. I used to have a really big stash in that day, just like Mr. Mustard, and that whole thing was gone by an elephant tusk. Yeah, I don't actually know how, but it was like a razor.
I see. And I've been on the field here for a couple months now working on this report, and I wanted to ask you, how are you and the boys holding up while the rest of the United States watches in fear and agony as you boys brave the jungles? Have you been keeping up with your family at home?
You know, we try to whenever we can, but it's like the self-service, the service is really bad out here, and so sometimes they have to take helicopter rides up into the sky to try and get a better service, although it wastes a lot of gas, and so they've cut a lot of our funding.
I see, and I'm not meaning to interrupt here, but what do you mean when you say service?
Service, so there's this guy, Elon Musk, and he basically installed all these satellites above the sky, and we never see nothing like it, right? But they said, oh, you know, this is the future and all that. You gotta stop them damn Russians from getting up there before we do.
Yes, like satellites like the Sputnik, for instance.
Yeah, but this Musk guy, he's like way ahead of it all too. You know, he's like we got the next step of the Sputnik. We're introducing this thing called Wi-Fi, and you know, we never heard nothing about that, but it allowed us to connect to our families a lot better. And I had to tell him all about that gruesome elephant story. It was tough, you know. It took a lot out of me because my old boy back home, his name was Boy, and I called him that because he was a boy. And I had to tell him about the elephants, and he was like, Dad, how come elephants are nothing like they teach us in school? And I said, son, it's a cruel world.
I see. And again, I want to thank you for your frankness today and sharing your experiences.
Oh, Frank? Yeah, he died, sadly.
Well, do you have anything to say for the people back home who are listening today in for your special kind of point of view? Do you have anything to say for the folks at home?
I say all you know, peaceful protesters trying to say and put an end to the war and all that, you guys need to be advocating for more war, because if you were out here right now where I am and seeing all the sights that I'm seeing, then you would really understand that this is a special once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You don't get to see people trampled by yellow and blue elephants every day. You don't get to see people blown up and turned into soup. And so, it's a lot of experiences that people just, like, they don't think that they're missing out on, but, like, if you really, like, dig deep into it, you're like, man, I wish I could be like that guy out there in the jungle doing stupid bullshit.
Alright, I want to thank you again for your help today. We wish you and all of your whole entire unit good luck. Thank you again. I'm very glad we got your point of view. This was Frank Johnson with CBS News 10. Next up, I Dream of Jeannie.